Firstly, thank you, Kelvin, for showing up today. Let's start with the introduction. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a warm day here in Brisbane. It's now in the early evening and it's still 29 degrees, so I'm glad to be indoors.
By way of context, I'm in Cardiff. It is 8:30 in the morning, and it hasn't stopped raining since Christmas.
Oh,
Um,
bliss.
yeah. By way of introduction and to provide some context for this meetup, I've just written a book called Good Coach, Bad Coach, and within it, I share a framework that I first encountered through Calvin's work. If you've ever run a session and the start of that session hasn't really gone to plan, then you'll know why I was interested in this framework. Each week we coach kids, we coach athletes, and it's the same group of people that we coach. And it's tempting to think that if we just drop a killer drill or game into a session that looks good on Instagram, then everything will be okay. Of course, it's not. Training looks nothing like it does on Instagram. The kids are confused and you feel a little frustrated. So we look for better drills and we drop new content. And in the hope of better, we become drill droppers. It's not the drills that need to get better, it's our connection with the people that we're coaching. And it took a framework from Calvin for me to see that clearly and to clearly create that content that I put into the book. Kelvin's idea is simple. It's to change the angle of attack, to think about instead of starting with something that the kids can't do or the athlete can't do and starting with a deficit, you start with what they can do. And you build on solid ground. You introduce a concept, then you introduce a challenge, and you return to something that they can do. So it's the can framework. And it's about don't tell me what you can't do, show me what you can do. Now, it's the same in writing. When I started writing, I was very tempted to tell everyone what I was thinking, but actually it's to be able to, a good writer shows people. And they do that by considering and meeting people where they are. And that changes how you write, it changes how you design sessions, and it changes how you show up as a coach. Now, you might be thinking, well, I haven't got time for this. I've got 20 kids showing up, I've got to put the cones down, and I've got a session to deliver. But actually, you're already doing it. You're already in front of the people that matter. The practice is already there. All you're doing is changing the direction. As I said, this framework, what Calvin has done is change the direction in which you are, the direction of attention, really. And so, just like a writer who sits down and writes, we're not asking coaches to write anymore. What a good writer does is they write to connect to their reader. So you're redirecting where you put your attention. There's nothing new. There's nothing that is additional. And I don't know a better way to bring what you are, your ideas and your practice than writing a manifesto. It brings what you want to, what your practice stands for, what you're thinking about, and what you want to develop out into the world. And that's really about this is how this whole thing started for me. It was about writing a manifesto, and that manifesto was the Good Coach, Bad Coach manifesto. And it was about me putting down my marker. And the rule, of course, throughout all of this, whether it's a manifesto or whether it's a training practice, is to show, not tell, and then to find a way to bring those ideas to life. And so I can't think of a better person to bring to the table than Calvin to show us how to bring these ideas, these practical ideas to life. So I'm going to jump off and I'm going to hand over to Calvin.